It worked. It worked. Yippee! Yippee, 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 yippee. Okay, let me just switch it to live on Instagram. I think it's good. And I'm fucking early. And I'm fucking early. Look at this. I'm never early. Yippee! Hopefully everything's working. If it's not working, y'all will know. Cause I'll be killing myself. I felt the bath bomb. I don't know where it went. Mm, hello. Hopefully. And now I can like sit back more. Oh hell yes. Is it working? Hmm? It's working. Thank you, Senna! Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Thank you, Chand and Yan. My bad. So it's starting. Mm-hmm. What's up? Hang on. Sorry for that loud clang. It was my water bottle. I forgot my hydration station. Wrong one. This is the one that's in my eye. Everything's mirrored. There we go. Hello, Corey. Hi, Rami. Imagine being early. Oh my God, is that war? I love you, Wood. I love you. And don't worry, we got the same teaser from last time. I had the I have the vodka skinny martini. I've been waiting for you. My neck is good. Imagine being early. Corey calling me out, but it's true. There's a I swear to God, there's a time vortex. I'll think of like, oh yeah, I'll be ready by 2. And then 2 rolls around, and then I'm like, I'm not even like half ready. And then I'll be ready. It's like 4. I don't know how that happens. Hello, everyone who just came in too. I didn't want to miss another. Thank you, Pookie. Not pee, but it's delicious. Ooh, I don't know about that actually. It's kind of syrupy. But I hope everyone's doing good tonight. Uh-oh. But I have treacherous news. Actually, no. My neck is doing fine. I appreciate the ask. For those who don't know, I was in a little car accident yesterday, but it was fine. It just hurt my collarbone. Why is there pee? It's not pee. It's green apple and wine mixed together. Definitively not pee. Stop. It's not pee. I'm not drinking pee pee. Um, but I was in a little car accident yesterday, so my collarbone, neck, shoulder region on the side's a little sore, but I'll be okay. Car was okay. We were okay. Car could push that shit back in. Not watch out for those ambulance chasers, twin. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. If there's any lawyers out there, I'm taking you down. You ain't getting a scrap out of me. Young boy piss eggs are Listen, I'm not drinking any piss egg. I don't drink eggs. I don't eat eggs. It's Ward, it's your pee. Oh, hello, Piggy. You like my cup? Hi, Pookie. Hey, Izzy. It's a Bubba Gump cup, likely stolen. It's not mine, though. I can't claim this one. The perks of house sitting is you get these really cool. Actually, this one might not be because it's from New Orleans. But every Red Lobster cup you've seen me drinking out of, stolen. I don't like that guy. Had one who pretended to be my insurance agent. Are you fucking kidding me? Hello, I'm doing okay. I am in ship shape. I did not get very hurt. I am a-okay. I appreciate it though. I okay. This is my bad. I can't just post a story and just be like, Kiki, I got in a car accident without like elaborating. I thought with me posting it, it just genuinely is like, it ain't that serious. Because I posted it with like the ludicrous move bitch, get out the way. So I figured, oh, it's a little hee hee, haha. My bad, y'all. My bad. I did not intend to worry people. I am a-okay. Trust, I probably would not have just posted that. If I was seriously injured, I'd probably be in the hospital. But tea though, it that is something that I might do. So maybe I am so okay. You are so good. It was very minor. It was no big deal. It was just I just can't take anything seriously. That's a me problem. That's something I need to unpack myself. But I hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Sorry, I didn't do my usual greeting. Everyone have a wonderful Thursday. The second 9/11 stream of the week. There's always going to be two, if you think about it. See, that was evil for me to say because why the tap just turn on by itself? Let me make sure these knobs are good. Like my swimsuit, I actually, this is going to sound crazy. So, this is not the Mast's canon swimsuit. Can be should. Friday tomorrow. I am so excited. Um, so I will say this is very chud of me. This is not her canon swimsuit. I have like because this swimsuit came in multiple colors. Already possessed dream. Is it sounding bad? I am so sorry. I will fix it. I will fix it. Let me see if I can. It roboted yesterday. Let me know if moving it fixed it. Because I think it's the. Oh, it's fine. Okay, cool, cool. So, oh, possessed because the fucking bath. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I have a pink one of these, like a light pink, because it's her Canon swimsuit. And these ones have really comfortable like straps and like cups. And I was like, damn, why don't most of them come like this? So I bought a different color for my personal use. And I brought that one, but I forgot Mast's one because Mast has a little decal that was put on it and all that other stuff because but I just wanted one for myself that I don't have to worry about the applique that I added like for cosplay getting ruined or anything like that. And it's just super comfortable. Like the sides don't like nothing dig in a lot. What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking wine that was in the fridge mixed with the green apple martini thingies. I'm pretty much just raiding the freezer because honestly, guys, I don't really drink at home. I think I have a cut water at home and maybe some mystery liquid from Colossal Con, and that's it. I don't hardly drink. As you know, y'all know I'm more apt to partake in some greenery myself because I do like a greenery. Also, hopefully, I did fix some settings on people who are joining. What am I wearing? What am I wearing? Stop. I love Aaron though. Aaron is so funny. There's this like T. There's this like lady. She does like Temu hauls and like Dollar Tree hauls and TJ Maxx shit. She does not need. She really overspends. But she doesn't do live streams. She doesn't do live streams. She just does long form videos and she'll go, "What am I wearing?" And then she'll explain her outfit. But I'm like, it sounds like she's talking to someone, but she just says it well. She'll be like, "What am I wearing?" "Well, I'm wearing this top I got from TJ Maxx." She's a diva for that. Very happy, very happy. And as y'all know, soon I will no longer be house sitting, so we will get that cooking stream next Tuesday. It'll finally happen, and I'll cook something delicious. A live I can't watch, hoping to stay more next time. Have a good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, if there's ever ones you want to watch back, this is shameless self promo. I stream them all on YouTube and they stay there. So if there's ever one you're like, damn, I want to hear this bitch talk, you can. My YouTube's the same everywhere. Hope you're wearing me later. Is that a promise? Is that a promise? Rapidly approaching your location. But yeah. It's so funny that I got injured moving furniture. That finally went away. And then Alex saw a Ford Bronco and he could not have it, so he slammed into a Ford Bronco just so my collarbone would hurt. I can't believe he would do that, but he did it. Are you planning on cooking next week? Ooh, what? Okay, so what am I planning on cooking? So I was thinking because I was thinking like chili noodles. I think that's a like one where I can prep everything and actually just cook so I don't have to worry about like cutting things on live stream because I'm gonna be 100% that sound is not always my favorite. I don't mind like chopping noises if I had like a mic that would pick it up and it wouldn't sound like literal ass. Henry Ford himself is behind. Yeah, I went to his museum and he said, "Fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe," because he was trying to get OJ before he got someone else. Listen, Listen, both valid theories. One, Henry Ford would do that shit. Guaranteed. He had no problem getting mad at his own kid like that. Second of all, maybe it was a preemptive to stop OJ. I cannot. King Arthur couldn't pull me out. Y'all about to get in trouble. The mod might get you. The one person I have modding. And he's gonna pin that shit. He's gonna pin that shit. Of course it would be Ford. So I thought chili noodles would be fun because I can have that pre-cut easier and it's not so much that I don't know. If I had like a mic or like it wasn't on my phone for like Instagram that wouldn't like make like the most obnoxious noises because I've seen some cooking streams where it's just like and it's just not interesting. It's not good to hear. It's just like ugh. So I wanted to have like everything like pre-chopped. So and that one would be easy because it's not a lot of chopped stuff. But there's a lot of different things. And I think like a simmer meal will probably be out of the question because no one wants to watch that pot simmer for super long. And I think it's like a good meal where I can yap and be distracted. This was before I had my live streams recorded, I think. But one time I did I baked a cake. Um, chili noodles. I also love chili noodles. I love every food that causes intense gastric distress. Pineapple. Every time I eat it, my stomach hurts. Spicy food, hot chips, anything that causes immense gastric distress. Super sour foods, super hot foods, super salty foods. Give it to me. I only like foods that cause me immense pain the next day. I'll be sitting there with the bubble guts, but then I'm like, do I regret my meal? Do I change what I ate before? Absolutely not. Never. My mom told me, my mom asked me to cut the vegetables before she got home. Did she? Oh my God. Have you ever, when I was a kid, my mom would be like, oh, when you get home from school, you got to take the chicken out. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to take the chicken out. Forget I never power thaw something so fast in my life. I was like, oh no, because my mom is mellow now. She was not mellow when I was a kid. She's chill now. She was not chill when I was a little kid. So I was just like, I would be like, I have the moment where I realize you should log in pools, hot tubs, and beaches category in there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Twitch. Common username 08. I fucking love that new username. Actually, thank you. I don't, I'll remember that. I'm so sorry. I should. Next time I will because I didn't know that was a category. I appreciate you saying it because I had no idea. I simulcast to YouTube and Instagram. Hello. Um and I appreciate it a lot because I'm gonna be real, of all the platforms, I know the least about Twitch. So I feel like every time I log on, I learn something new. Hello, from Twitch, common username 8. We're gonna start. Is this gonna be like a beef? Like, I hope this is a beef. I love a senseless beef. I love a senseless beef. So, by the way, on YouTube, I'm gonna snitch just because I want to be a mess. I'll snitch because I want to be a mess. So Instagram, no strays. You guys are safe. You guys are safe for now. Sorry, my nails. I fucked them up. My bad. Um, YouTube, you got called boomers. I just have to say it. I don't know who. This is an anonymous source. I'm not saying who I'm snitching on. I'm just saying, Twitch and y'all got a little beef going. It could be toxic Yuri or Yowie. Preferably Yuri, but I'll accept a Yowie. Oh my god, there's fighting words. So I'll be the communicator. Oh, do you know who I remember? I hope he's doing okay. The random chatter who was being held hostage by Master Shredder. I hope he's okay. I hope Master Shredder finally let you go. When she gets home, she's gonna ask if it was done. I told her. No, I can't be the reason why you have beef with your mama. That's crazy. She got mad. She knew they were never chopped. Corey, that's so sweet. I like that a lot. That was smooth. That was good. I might steal that from you though. I just want you to know, let you know, I'm a joke thief on occasion, but I will credit you, so it's okay. I'll put a thing. LMAO, I don't care if that guy made out of Shredder's basement. Okay, so Rami, is he okay? Mmm. Reverse genders make him a vampire. Will sell books like cookies. You're cooking. You're cooking. You stole it from the internet, Corey? Well, listen. I didn't need to know. I thought you did that all on your own. I thought you did that on your own. Okay, there's a shot fired back. Twitch, I'm so sorry to break this to you. Quote, Zoomers just mad. Us boomers own all the houses. I can't even be mad because you know why? If I say shit about that, I rent. I rent. Sorry, I rent. Oh my god. I stole it from the internet. Oh, bully oomers. Not bully oomers. It's like when I thought the whole ass University of Missouri thought I inverted welcome to Applebee's. Would you like apples or beet or invented? Honestly, me also a renter on YouTube. See, Rami, you get me. I will say I do watch a lot of YouTube, mostly because I don't know what the fuck is up. The Twitch app never works on my phone properly. And I'm a mobile chud. I work and I go on long walks, so I need mobile. I'm sorry, I'm a mobile loser, but I can't carry my laptop in my hands. But I've been wanting to learn more about Twitch. I used to stream on there a little bit when I was trying to do gaming. I'm in the mirror dimension on Twitch. Oh my god, Corey's in both. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I'm reversed. Isn't that crazy? Okay, a little fun fact. If you watch on Instagram versus if you watch on YouTube or Twitch, it's just me reversed. And I don't know which one's correct. I think Instagram is actually wrong because I think it's literally my mirror. YouTube for all of us dumbass shit is still better than posting video sharing platform, unfortunately. Insta and Twitch are both. Oh my god! Thank you. I appreciate it. Just for some of these new faces I have not seen, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays 9/11. Thursdays are new. Tuesdays 9/11. Always. Never let them know my next. Mark, are you? I'm sorry, Corey. Are you on? Not on all three. Corey's like fucking Corey hopping from of that tragedy. Which tragedy are you referring to? I've never heard of it before. I'm so sorry, Corey. I'm so sorry. You know the right orientation, so you fix it in my head. Well, for you, my ward, my right orientation is bent over, but that's a little different. Kick is best for monetization, can't be beat. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I know TikTok's the worst. I've heard TikTok's like booty ass butt. Another weird thing. My skin tone looks always so nice on Instagram. I look so blown out in Twitch and thing, but I think it's because that camera's high definition. Building building 7 falling down from 9 to 11. I saw someone saying like it was a 2 months difference between the CEO of 7-Eleven having the worst day of their life. Yeah, that is true, but then I have to be on Kick. And that place is a little crazy. It's also like this is just me. Okay. A little vulnerability. I'm terrified of gambling. Um because I will lose because I am fundamentally a loser for first and foremost. It's okay, I bamboozled myself. Um, I do not gamble. I don't even gamble. Like I play gotcha games, but like with in-game currency doesn't for me. I'm fine. But like I'm afraid of gambling, not because I have a history. It's because I'm worried. I don't know. Like I'm a loser, and I could feel myself falling for that sunken cost. Like what if my next one is the roll? What if my next one is the roll? Me with a Zenless Loki, but it's fake currency, so it doesn't matter. There you go. You guys can be right here with me. Cheers. Cheers. Which sucks because fundamentally I like a lot of casino games. Like I used to play in high school they wouldn't allow it in my high school because it's like technically gambling-ish behavior. But me and some friends used to do a card night where we would play poker and we'd play different I do not pay for the fake currency. I'm a free to play player. But and I keep it that way. The only thing I've ever paid for is like when they do the monthly ones where they just give you extra shit, but even then I don't really play with those too much. Um, Magic the fucking Gathering, actually, that is what turned me off of gambling because this is gonna sound so lame, guys. So please, please, I do play Magic the Gathering. I used to play by cracking packs. Now I print my shit. You know why? Okay, wizard, send the Pinkertons to my house and stop me, like you did that other influencer who didn't do anything wrong. All right, I'm not an influencer, so I wouldn't know what it was like to get free shit sent to you. But if you got free shit sent to you and they sent the shit to you wrong, and then instead of communicating with you or trying to call you more than once, they sent the Pinkertons to your house. So maybe it's not relatable to me, cause me, a lowly loser, but like to somebody who does like card content, who doesn't want to ruin their relationship with Wizards of Coast, you think they wouldn't like respond to an email or like a phone call from a number they recognize instead of a restricted number? Claptrap Chup's not touching his game. Honestly, those diaper wearing casino goers who won't leave the slot machines. The poker game from Telltale, the first one. Y'all are putting me on ball. Okay, 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 okay. So I played Magic the Gathering, and there was one time I was sitting in a Meijer parking lot, and I just had gotten those dual packs, and it was Journey into Nyx. I remember this very specific. I think it was Journey into Nyx. It might have been later. It was just a purple package. It might have been later. I don't always remember all the set names. Um, and I was sitting there cracking packs in the parking lot, and I remember looking over to my right, and I was just like, I can't, because I just like, I got nothing. I got absolutely chaff, and I was so broke. And I kept, because I didn't make a lot of money. I worked two jobs, but I was trying to go to college, and I was just not making, I didn't have enough money. And I go in there, I spend like, I don't even remember for a dual pack. And then I go in there and I get shit over and over again. And I'm just sitting, because it's more affordable to get the dual pack and then instead of two individuals. So I go there and I just remember sitting there and like looking, and I'm like, I can't do this, man. I can't. It's like there's something in it that feels like that this is I'm developing a problem. So, and buying individual cards isn't like an option. So, but you know what? There's a Staples. So it is what it is. And also, I don't want to support them because of things they did. And specifically, of all the things I know that people aren't fond of Wizards of the Coast for, the Pinkerton issue to me just sent me over the edge, and I was already petty about how I hated they went from a couple blocks a year to like now doing a block every couple weeks because they're fucking greedy. They took away all the lore in the cards because they're greedy, and no one gives a shit because they're greedy. So I already needed, all I needed was that final straw, and I cut them off. I'm printing that shit. Now I won't even buy one of those packs when they have the special art on them. Huh. Sorry. Sorry. Way too emotional about Magic the Gathering, but I used to play a lot. But I still will play, but I play with printed cards. So then I get to pick. Then I get to pick and we can ignore all the money creep that they do. So it is what it is. But that's why I don't fuck with gambling. And I think if it was a button that hits that dopamine receptor as much as a Kraken pack, though I will say Kraken packs have that je ne sais quoi about them. Like if I had a plastic press of my own, I think I would just do that. Make my own packs and just honestly, if someone were to just get you the Miku deck, I think I just would. It's just cute to have. I know like some people just keep them, keep the sets. Um Honestly, there's certain I dropped a rag. I have to be sparing about my. Oh no, there's many more rags behind me. Pause. We're good. Seth MacKinnon tried to distribute a movie he made, The Stolen Child. Looks really good. I'm stupid and a loser, and I don't know who that is. Rip Ragatha. Cracking packs is basically a drug habit. That's why I'm like, I cannot do it. It's that dopamine hit cycle, and I just can't. Oh, which one was he? Do you know what cards he mostly did? Because his name sounds familiar. Hang on, wait. I have my computer right here. Wet hands on a computer? Nothing could go wrong. Hang on. The name sounds so fucking familiar. What cards did he do? Wait. Oh, these ones. Yes. I remember now. Remember now. Okay. MTG. Oh, he did a secret lair? Sorry, I remember these now. Oh yeah, because he has the God, uh, what's his name? Fuck. He's blue white. Um, I think he's blue white black. Sorry, Soul Herder. Sorry, he got canceled and fired though. Oh yeah, probably. Listen, I'm not gonna say that because that's crazy. I shouldn't say like it in that way. That was crazy. I'd be like, yeah, listen, maybe if you do stuff for Magic the Gathering, you might just need to check everything because they also had a scandal with some of them. We all have skeletons in my closet. Listen, I wish there was a skeleton in my closet, but I'm not at home. Papyrus specifically, that's a skeleton I'd have in my closet for sure. Hmm. The Necrobinder from Slay the Spire 2? Or, ooh, what's his name? Yes, all the PDF judges. All the PDF judges. What's his name? Um, Alex, if you can hear me. If you can hear me with the force. Um, the skeleton, I think, from Divinity. What's his name again? I forgot. But him. He also has that shit on. That dude A rank has that shit on. Top 5 hottest skeletons. Okay, let's go. Papyrus clears. Grim from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. His name was not Alexander Hamilton, Corey. You can't bamboozle me this way. The Necrobinder has to be one. Um, Grim is pretty crazy. The one from Divinity. I know I just listed him, but the reason I brought him up is because his drip is undeniable. He is um what's his face from Overlord? I think is Eisen. He's um I gotta go now because it's movie time. I hope your stream goes amazing, Pookie. Thank you, Pookie. You have fun tonight. Honorable mention of Tiny Bones. Okay. Fane. Okay, I didn't remember. Oh, anti-vax rally full of. Oh yeah, that's a little bit. Fane. Fane. Sir Daniel Fortunesque. I'm gonna be real. Fane is bad. But yes, can I tell you something crazy? Sorry. Last Magic the Gathering. This is promise. This is not going to be our Danganronpa. I cannot have it. This cannot be our Danganronpa. But I'm going to say wholeheartedly, full-fardedly, I made a Tiny Bones deck just a few months ago for a little challenge thing. I adore Tiny Bones. Tiny Bones is so fucking cute. I love specifically his bandit card with his little hat. Love Tiny Bones. He's cute. That's my fucking son, though. That's my son. That's my child. I love him. Before I move it, sorry, Instagram, you can't see it. But on, doesn't this look like a little cat back here? It's a rag. It's not a cat, but it kind of looks like a cat. Yeah, you guys get the vision. You guys get the vision. Yeah, you guys get the vision. Um, but I do really like skeletons. I also think they're more whimsical than zombies because I'm not a big zombies person. I like exactly one zombie film, and I like it a lot. And it's the original Night of the Living Dead. I prefer it in black and white, but I can do the colorized version too. Reminds you of the cat from Nietzsche. I love Nietzsche Joe. Hello! And hello, thank you for coming in. Um, I love Nietzsche Joe as well. Speaking of Nietzsche Joe, speaking of anime, I haven't watched City yet, but I need to watch City. I need to watch City. I really, really, really enjoyed Nietzsche Joe. One of my favorite like one-off bits is like the guy, hello. I like the guy from Nietzsche Joe where his he has a mohawk, but he they thought it was like he was a punk, but his hair just doesn't grow on the side of his head. I don't know why, that just makes me laugh. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Or night, I suppose. Night, I suppose. My bad. But I really like that bit. I don't know what it is. It's just really funny to me. I also just there's something I really enjoy about just um one, I kind of always call her Mio in the terms of like because it reminds me of those little drink pouches. That one-off episode where it shows where her little cube pigtails come from is also one of my favorites. It's so dumb and so silly, but I love it so bad. I love it so bad. But I'm having a really good night tonight. Wait, no offense. Tuesday was fun. Tuesday was fun, but I was in a lot of pain Tuesday, a little bit, and I had no sleep. So we're doing a lot better. We're cruising today, but not cruising in the sense of cruising or the sense of cruising. We are just chilling today. Because speaking of cruising, um, I know people. Okay, how do people feel about cruises? I know it's like a just use this for reference unaware. Um, my what's the word I'm looking for? I would never go on a fucking cruise. Maybe when I'm elderly, I'll feel different, but I'm not going on a cruise. I can't do it, folks. I don't, there's something about like, what if, okay, I think there needs to be some horror movies on cruises because I do think they're one of the scariest situations you can be in because you can't do anything until you dock and you could be out to sea for days at a time. Stay with me. Listen, at that point, if you're like really old and let's say you don't have any kids or anybody to pass that debt on to, take out a loan and fucking cruise your little heart out. Inescapable water prison. You're getting me on a boat in the middle of nowhere. Exactly. Middle of no. So I think it'd be great for a horror movie. I know it'd be kind of. It wouldn't be that bad of a budget because truthfully, as long as you have a set, you don't need to actually be in the water. Like you could just edit it, like how they would do with practical sets beforehand. Because I hate that blue green screen. It looks. I'm sorry. It's like one of those things. Is when we watched like older movies when I was a kid, we're like, that is true. But I'm also going to say I like the idea, like, well, you want to see multiple places at once. Fair. But then, what if there's fucked up people on this boat? Or what if I wanted to stay someplace longer? You kind of have to be on their clock all the time. But a horror movie, picture it. We don't get very many elderly people who are like the center of a horror movie. I think it'd be really cool, especially if you're like, oh, it's our 40th anniversary or whatever. We have grandkids we look after because our like daughter is sick or some shit, or like our son can't be there because he's like I don't know, our children can't take, or we support our grandkids, so they have a lot of stakes. So it's not like, well, they're old, right? Not to say that I don't think people should have that opinion, old people, but I understand how audiences think. And then like I don't, and so like you have these pair that have to be like super like badass, and there's like a crazy ass lunatic outbreak or something. I want main heroes that can't just sprint away from everything. Like they have to actually think about it, and because they've had a lot of life experience, they've like listen, maybe grandma's been in a few things herself and she knows how to work that like her big ass bag that grandmas always have. Maybe the grandpa could be a former vet. Maybe they could have both been like Tai Chi people or something. Like they could have had a sordid past. Grandma and grandpa could have been greasers back in the day or some shit. That would be awesome. Sorry. I'm like theory crafting a movie. They are superpowered. Vietnam veteran versus ghost ship. You get what I'm saying. This would be great. Listen, I'm plotting. Who's gonna sign? Listen, they gave that one guy back rooms. Listen to me about my old people cruise movie. That sounds like a bad idea. I want to witness. That's what I'm saying. The cruise convention. Pause. Before we get off the cruise topic, listen. There is that Colossal Con cruise, and as much as might be cool if it was just a convention, the problem is it's not just Colossal Con and anime enjoyers or fans or something like that, which could have its problems. I'm not saying it doesn't. But you're split with whoever else is booked on that cruise. Which means you could have some maybe a pretty cool amount of people, or you could have some people that are not fucking with it. And that's a gamble because of how sometimes I've gotten treated in public. Not horribly, and honestly, I walk it off most of the time, except for one time. But like most of the time, I chief it. It's not a big deal. I'm used to being gawked at, I'm used to people yelling. That's not a big deal. It really does not matter to me. Um, that is true. The Odyssey is a bit kind of like that. We think I haven't seen it. Low key, they took out some of the puns that was originally in the Odyssey, and that kind of made me mad. But I'd still be worth watching because I like watching movies. What I'm hearing is mutiny. Only pig scene is good. I can see that though. I thought because hear me out. It's like I don't know. I don't want to get too into it because I don't have any issue. But the thing that got me was how they made the Trojan horse like hyper realistic. What depiction of like fucking Trojan horse has ever? I understand we don't have pictures. No one had a fucking phone camera in whatever year that took place in. I get it. But we have like a lot of artistic renditions of it, and they're all pretty consistent. Who said that that was the way to go? No one over there. I see. Can I say something controversial about Nolan? If you want a comprehensive movie, he's not your guy. He really is an artsy movie guy. Like he's a guy that loves soundtracks, lighting, and stuff like that. He does not like telling cohesive stories. Ouchie. Ouchie. Sorry, I was resting on my wrist for too long. Sure is about his murder, brother. That is true. Can I be so real too? If you take out the wordplay in the Odyssey, it's a lot less fun because that's like what Odysseus was known for. He was known for being cunning and smart and being like a silly guy. You can touch your arm with your fingers doing that like this? I don't even know how that's possible. Hang on. Gooseneck. LeBron, that's why you got traded. See how clean that gooseneck was? I'm on the Lakers now. Flexible wrists. Mine are very. Also, I'll show you guys this. A very non-issue, but I've been told my hand is very easy to draw because my thumb looks kind of fake because it doesn't bend at all. I have a really straight thumb, but a really long one. So when I give you a thumbs up, I mean that shit to heaven. Thumbs up. Me when my hand is the emoji hand. Thumbs up. I'm not even being catty with doing ow. I can't do that. Yeah, my natural thumbs up is just straight up. I also have really long fingers and toes. I won't show you all my toes. I'll spare you that. But I have really long yaoi fingers. But hang on. Me next to bubblegum cup. Sorry for my horrible. All my nail polish peeled off in the shower the other day. Pierce the heavens. How tall am I? I am 5'9", which is exactly 69 inches tall, roughly 175 centimeters for those of you stuck in metric land. I say stuck even though it's most of the time the superior measurement, but 69 inches is too good to pass up. And if I was a little bit shorter, I could be 6'7" inches, you know? Even though there's propaganda floating around that I'm short, I am not short. I don't know who started that myth just to cheese me off. I don't even look short. People see me in public, they're like, what is that? Like, that no one sees me as a short person. Like, I'll hold random objects. My water bottle. It's like a 16, what is this? Maybe a 20-ounce water bottle. It's not even a super big one. Let's do another one. Imagine you're someone who's really good at math. Okay. My native shampoo. Supersized items don't help. You're right. You're right on that. I don't know if I have normal sized items near me. I have a rag. Me next to a rag. Theory is a short man started that. Say that, Chan. Say that, Chan. Never got back to Costco. Can I be real? Costco slaps. But shopping there is literally an absolute nightmare. And I don't even think it's Costco's fault. Aside from, I think their warehouse must be haunted because I don't think when people go there, they like forget spatial awareness as soon as they enter the building. And I've never experienced that much with other grocery stores. I feel like this is just a Costco problem. I feel like this is singularly a Costco problem. Like, I go into Costco and it's like, what was it? That random fish telling Patrick, "Hey, buddy, you just blew it from stupid down." But that's where they all come from. It's Costco's cost. Oh my god. And then people, oh my god, people like will block an entire aisle with their cart. And I've never in my life have I seen someone do that. Every time I've been to a grocery store, people just do parallel or whatever with all the aisle, like all the shelves, like normal. But you go to Costco, suddenly they're like, this is the entrance to the aisle. What if I go perpendicular? Never in a grocery store have I ever experienced that. And if I'm lying, you can correct me on it, but I know I'm telling the truth. I am not in danger. If big Costco gets me for this, it's because their warehouse is haunted. Their warehouse is firmly haunted if I go missing. Okay? So I just want to say that. And no, I don't want a hot dog. I want to get there. I want to get shit I don't need in bulk. And then some shit that's cheaper, like flour. Big sack of flour. I like baking bread. I like baking hella bread. Delicious. Can I get behind something? Alex brought up a good idea, and I want to know if you guys will like it. So I have a really strong opinions on names of bands. I was thinking of doing a tier list of like bands I think are like shitty poo poo butt name versus like good name. And I'm just a hater for no reason. It's like one of those things since it's of no consequence, I could just be like wretched. Hoobastank? Okay. Okay, hang on. Hoobastank I'm gonna give. Oh my god, I did fix the latency on YouTube. That was so much faster. That was like the perfect test, Rami. Thank you so much. Um, Hoobastank, can I be real? Under all of my rules of what makes a good name, they would technically fail. However, Hoobastank is such a funny fucking name, they can keep it. They can keep it. They can keep it up there. S rank. And this is also no reflection of the bands. That one is up there for me. That one is just too funny, too good. Um, because some of them are like kind of random, and I'm like, blanket category, ones that are just things or nouns that make. I understand they didn't have SEO back then, but I'm judging them from now, and we have SEO. Cars and things of that ilk, bad naming. Bad naming. You know why? It's hard to Google it in comparison. You have to absolutely know everything. Um Megadeth is a great name, especially for the band that they for like the genre they're not the band they are, the genre they are. I will say it's one of the few times where I'm like a lot of emo bands got the memo. Some of them missed. Pantera is a good name. I do like Pantera as a name. But there's some names There was one I changed my mind on the other day. I hated the name Foo Fighters until I found a foo used to be like the word for UFO, and I just didn't know that. And I was like, I learned something today. You go up a rank. You go up a rank. Um, what's another like one that's I hate the police. Another one. If I'm looking up the police, I have to put band. It's like, and sometimes you need the lore. So I will take Foo Fighters back. One I hate because it's just stupid in theory, because you got to think of the long game. Stone Temple Pilots. Hold up. They named themselves that because of the STP logo, because they love that fucking oil logo. Well, how the fuck are you gonna eventually make merch and posters and stuff with a different brand's logo as your thing? That doesn't make any sense. Just name it something else. Not good marketing. And I'm not even a marketing person. I'm always like, speak your truth. Speak your truth. Sorry, I'm adjusting a little bit. I'm still a little uncomfortable from since the accident. I haven't been the same. Was yesterday. Um, but like certain ones, Pierce the Veil is a great name. Weirdly, this is me being stupid. So when I first heard the band name Nine Inch Nails, I did not think of like literal nails. I thought of like nails. I was like, oh, they just went to the fucking they got a manicure, just really long ones. Nine itchy nails. Ew. But I thought they had like just one of those really long sets. And I was like, okay. That's on me though. Because like easily I could have interpreted that correctly and I was incorrect. I was too dumb for that one. That one went over my head and that was just plain words. AC/DC is a great band name. It's very energetic. It has electricity, dare I say. So that's like a good example. It represents like you know what type of music you're gonna get with that name. You're gonna get which is what kind of they produce. Like the Beastie Boys. Like their name's the Beastie Boys, so that you're gonna get a you know, you're gonna get that sort of funk to it. You know what to expect. I hate a band name where I'm just like, oh my god, this is so much better. Where I'm just like, what could they actually it's not. I lied. Um that ended up being immediately more uncomfortable. But then it's just like it doesn't match. Like, for example, or if it's just some motherfucker's name. If it's just some motherfucker's name, get out of here. There's 4 other people here. You don't get all the credit. Dave Matthews Band. Exactly, like Rage Against the Machine. You know what type of music you're gonna get. If I get in there and it's just like, if I hear a band name like, for example, Raging Colonoscopy, I know that's a metal band. Only a metal band would do that. And that's not a read. That's not me being. I just know. I've been to metal shows. I know sometimes what local bands will name themselves. If I hear Raging Colonoscopy, that's a fucking metal band if I've ever heard one. But if I heard that and some R&B singer came out, I'd be like, pardon? Like, you know. So it's got to fit. It's got to fit. So I was thinking that could be fun. I could just get a ton of them because I have a lot of opinions on ones, even if I don't even like the group. But and I know a lot of people don't agree with my taste in music, so that's fine. It won't be about the music; it'll be about the message that the name sends. Slay to anyone who's a single person though, who can go by one moniker name, like a Cher, a Madonna, Prince, Usher, even. If you can go by one fucking name, that's hard as hell. Slash, like fucking like you know how hard that is. That's hard as hell. It's like, oh yeah, it's Slash. And then you're just gonna, because it's like you have to be built different to go by like one name, and people just know who the fuck that is. I just think that's super cool. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's cool. Um, I go by my name. It is what it is. I'll never be a one name person. You know when you have it. Or just have an uncommon name. That's a good, actually, that's a good point too. I feel like, oh, Shaq is another one. You don't need to know Shaquille O'Neal. Symbol formerly known as Prince. Exactly. Actually, Prince has given me some of the most beautiful things in life. My mom likes Prince. Um, my mom has gone to tons of Prince concerts when he was alive. Um, my he gave Purple Rain, that one-off bit in the Animaniacs. Raspberry Beret, that's a really good one. Oh, Kiss, how can I even forget that one? Um, When Doves Cry, it's a good one. I can keep going because he has a lot of actually ones that I really like. Nah, the movie was bad. My mom loves it though. I think her metric for like what's a good movie is lower because he's in it. I will say she's probably not the best metric for being objective. Um and without him, we wouldn't have part 4 because in the same way we do for JoJo's. Prince is your favorite artist of all time, Rami? You are so what if Rami is secretly my mom on an alt account? Rami, have you been my mother this whole time? Deep lore. It's like the it's like a secret lore. And it's just Rami. Rami comes to this like no comment. That's crazy. Red Corvette gets stuck in my head some that's a really or Darling Nikki. Listen, if I could just freely bump Prince, I would all the time. Because I don't think I'm ever mad when a Prince song comes on. I feel like there's sometimes where like songs get overplayed. I'm like, I do not want to hear this shit. Me at Christmas time, I'm a Grinch a little bit. I cannot lie, guys. I know we're far away from the holidays, but I cannot lie. I am a bit of a Grinch. I'm a bit of a Grinch. I'm kind of evil about it. It's cuz I used to work in a food service. We used to work at well, not food service. I used to work at Starbucks. So it was a lot. And also like I've worked a lot of retail jobs. And I feel like once you worked a lot of retail, you do not want to hear Christmas music ever again. That could be a me experience, but I also don't enjoy it very much. So bubblegum shrimp. No, I have been to New Orleans. Sorry, my cup says New Orleans on it. I have been to New Orleans, and I can have to say, I think that is my favorite city I've ever traveled to. It is the only city in which I lost my phone where someone ran to give it to me. Thanks, Toronto, for not offering me the same kindness. Toronto was great. I enjoyed Toronto. Toronto was lovely, but I did lose my phone in Toronto, and it sucked. Thank you, Maple Leafs. This is what I get for going to a non Red Wings game. This is what I get. I go to a fucking Leafs game and I lose my phone. And then they have the weirdest system for lost and found I've ever seen. You can't just go put in a thing for lost and found. You have to wait till they put it up on a website. So I check this website all the time and it's like it fell probably into it because it ended up dying in there and never leaving. Now it's being used to scam people. Whoever has my phone, if you're scamming people, can I at least get 10%? Maybe 15? Call it a reverse finder's fee. Because you wouldn't have nothing, you wouldn't have shit without me. You wouldn't have shit without me. So keep it cute, keep it correct. Remember your place. I'm sorry. That was so stressful because like I had no way to contact my boss and I work from home. And it's my way to get my computer too. So I was like, it's my job. Which it was fine. I did not lose my job and I in fact got a new phone and everything's good. And then my old phone recently broke, and this is a relatively new phone. So hopefully, I need to get a really long cord, like the one of those ones they put like lanyards on, and when I go out in public, just stick my phone to it. Robber is a rolling gotcha game. It gets SSRR characters on it. I'm not familiar with that one. I have to be honest, I started playing. I'm so bad. I can't keep. I'm so bad with. If it's a mobile game, I don't get you started on mobile games because you know what happens with me? Um, I'll play it really good for maybe a month, and then I don't know what it is about mobile games specifically, and then I'll just forget about it. That's on my phone. It was like that with like Uma Musume. It was like that with like any puzzle game I've had or any of the ones where you have to check in. Anything that I don't know why. I could keep it on my phone for a couple weeks and then I forget about it. Gotcha, basically, so it's okay. I do actually play Zenless though. But I play that on my computer. I play it on my pewter. And also, you know what also turned me off? I used to play Genshin. I'm sorry. I'm telling everyone the truth. I used to play Genshin. But Genshin never felt fun in the way that it always felt more like a chore. There was times where I enjoyed it. But I was one of those day one Genshin players and got burned out of all. I don't blame you because I got burnt out. Another situation where I'm bored enough to play. Honestly, that's kind of where I'm at because like I've been at like one of the ones where they require you to check in because Zenless's check-in process is like under like 4 minutes. I can quickly log on, do what I need to do, and leave. But like honest to God, like when it comes down to it, I really struggle with like remembering if anything is going on in my life. If I'm like planning something or I'm like doing something or I'm at a con or I'm at like family or it's the holidays or it's just slightly busy at work, I forget about it. Because I'm gonna be real, I do most of my phone time at work. I don't sit there at like after work and stuff like that. Because like I know I used to be more active like on Instagram specifically, but I used like it's because like honestly, when I get off of work, when I clock out, right? Because I still have a time clock despite where I get off and I'm like, I want to go and I go for a walk in the park. Every day after work, I go for a walk in the park for about an hour. I think hour and maybe hour and change. Oh no, for me like an hour and a half. But I go for a walk. Um, I cook dinner. I clean. I maintain the place I live. I will do my check-ins usually at the end of the night if I don't feel like playing at all, because I'll only play like a couple times a week, but like maybe. And even there's some weeks that go by where I just play I just do my check-ins. And then it's like and then like I'll have cosplay to work on or I'll have like streaming now. Um or I'll just have like D&D. I do some tabletop with friends. So it's just like I I'm just kind of like I just don't have all the time. And like I'm never in a situation where I'm like I can play a mobile game. I also have trouble with sticking mobile games. I don't know what it is. For me, I really like a mobile game for like a week or two and I'll play it or at least for the minimum a week. And I'll play it like every day for a week and then there's like one time I won't play it and I never get back on. I just never get back on it. And I don't know why. I feel like there's some that I could probably do if it was more like if it's solitaire or something, I could do something like that. But as soon as it starts getting to the point where I'm like, I have to like build up something and not something actively happening like tutorial stages, and I get really bored. Yeah, and when you're at home, you'd rather like start up a real game. Like that's why I'm like, um, am I an Aquarius by any chance? I am an Aquarius. Um, but when I'm at home, I'm gonna do this in order. I'll tell you my big three. Um, when I'm at home, I like to sit down and dedicatedly play something. I don't like to sit there. It's just it's just how I am. And also I'm an Aquarius sun, Leo moon, Taurus rising. I don't know what that means, but I have a lot of friends who are like into astrology and I like to keep that on deck. They said I was like, cuz people will ask that and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer. Your moon is Leo too. What if we're just body swapped? What if we're clones? Isn't that who was replaced by a clone? Hang on. I know a lot of one, but who was the OG? Avril Lavigne. She was like gone for a little bit, and then everyone's like, "Is she a clone?" And I'm like, "That looks like the same girl to me." Paul McCartney too. I heard the Paul is dead theory. Can I tell you something? Fuck the Beatles. And anyway, I heard the Paul McCartney. I don't have a strong. I don't have a strong a like for the Beatles music, so I had a lot of friends in high school that were like, "The Beatles are my personality," and it's like I get it. There was one song I thought was made by the Beatles, but was not made by the Beatles. They were made by Modest Mouse. And I think I don't know why I confused it, but it's a song that's like, all right, already, we'll all float on, all right. That one. I thought that was a Beatles song, I guess. So I said that's one Beatles song I don't mind. And that's it was just like, nah, it's Modest Mouse. It's not the Beatles. Miley Cyrus also dead in the sand beach and supplanted Elvis too. Can I tell you something really toxic I used to do? No, maybe I shouldn't admit this online. When we say someone, everyone always has skeletons in their closet. I'll give you mine. For no reason, I used to when I was a kid, like I was probably like 13, like 12 to 14 was my heyday for this behavior, but it did extend a little longer than I like to admit. I would find conspiracy theory videos on YouTube, specifically the ones that were about the rods, the silver floating rods that are everywhere. There's probably just a floaty in their eye because that's a pretty common floaty in people's eyes. Or there was specifically people who would film their water sprinkler to see the rainbow and say they're putting salts in the water, they're putting some methyl salt in our water or something that causes this. If you look back in photos, you can never see rainbows, and it's literally just a rainbow, effectively, just smaller. And I used to engage with them in the comment section, and specifically I would act as if oh yeah, that one is just like for me it was and I would act as if they were putting on a very elaborate bit. And there was specifically one guy who I did this to for a very long time who was a 9/11 truther, but like his videos were made like on PowerPoint or something or like a really bad version of Windows Movie Maker. And I would be like, "Oh my God, you're such a comic genius. Like, this is what I aim to do. I love, like, listen, I'm a big trolling fan, and the way you troll is so expert. I kind of want to get on your level." And I would do that. And sometimes it'd also be on Facebook. So I would do it on Facebook when I was a kid, as much more. And it was just like, I was like, honestly, I'm kind of just like picking on someone who's probably a little insane. But like, I was also 13 being like, oh my God, you're so funny. This is crazy. So, like, the rods, because they'll film a video and say it's proof of the rod. And I know what it is because I have it too. When you close your eyes sometime or like you look up, you sometimes have these little floaties and they're in a very common shape is just this perfect little rod. And I have one in my right eye where it like floats across. So I knew what they were kind of talking about. And I was like, I was just like, was this an accident? Did you plan on re-uploading it with the graphics, or is this just a really elaborate to like troll to make people like question their sanity? They're like, no, it's actually there. What are you talking about? And it was just like, and they were just like, and mind you, half of these people are like, no offense, like they're like older and not very tech savvy. So the fact that they're just freely posting this the title would be like today's date, and it would have the dot MP4 or some shit or whatever file exporter they use. I was a menace. I was a menace. I was so bad for that. And also, listen, kids, don't talk to strangers online. Double don't talk to random people in fucking Florida or some shit. I think the one lady was in Florida who was convinced there's shit in her sprinkler water, but only her sprinkler water because that's the only time she's seen this effect. It's not like that in her house. It's only in the front yard. And I'm just like, girl, because the sun's out. The sun's out, girl. That's why you saw the rainbow. They needed to get trolled. Honestly, they might have needed like there was one. And I told my one friend about it when I got to college, and he said, "Hey, I have a friend who does, or I have this person I went to high school with that did 9/11 truther videos. Can you dust off your old shtick for me for a second?" I said, "Sure." And that poor guy ended up friending me and stuff like that to try to he DM'd me. He's like, "I am so serious. I don't understand why you think this is a bit." He's like, and I would always really be polite. So like they thought I was just probably stupid. I don't know. But bro was begging, absolutely begging for me to take him seriously, and I could not. I could not do it. Ever had sleep paralysis? That's a crazy opener. But I think so. I think I did when I was in high school once. Um, I've woken up kind of high where I didn't have like full faculties of my highness. Or like, and I think I woke up weird and I couldn't move my body. There's a very good document. I like a documentary. I like a documentary. Drop the name. Perhaps if I can find it for free 99. So I'm getting a little pruny. I gotta take my hand out of the water for a bit. Maybe the same guy who did the crazy conspiracy about The Shining. Interesting. One of my favorite things about The Shining is learning that what's his face Stephen King didn't like it, which is crazy because even if I didn't like it and how it represented my book, with how like a success it was, I just bite the bullet and say, yeah, I think it slapped. Read my book. I understand it's an ego thing. But I get it, but it could be pretty buzz. Just good ideas, man. His books went overboard and kind of be trimmed for the film version. I honestly think so too. One of my favorites of like the movie adaptations was the one of, weirdly enough was the one with the car. It's like, was it Shark? What's the fuck that car one name? Hang on. Why can't I remember? Hang on one second. He has a lot of concepts, but his books are really bloated and then have a lot of sometimes weird, unnecessary stuff. Stephen King car book. So I read this and I watched the movie. Christine. Oh my bad. Don't get me started. I love John Carpenter. John Carpenter's movies are some of my favorite fucking movies. Oh, they're so good. Christine. Um, and I don't know why I like the movie Christine, but it's there's this one. Okay, it's right after like he's losing. Like it progresses really fast because I think the pacing is a little weird because obviously a book they have more time. But his like being normal to going crazy phase is so fucking short. Like you'll see him and he's like he'll be like, "Oh, I'm kind of fiending for my car a little bit." The next time he's like the makeup they put on him is like slightly gray and he's like and I'm like, "Bro, I feel like it should have taken a little bit of time because the guy that had her before, yeah, looked freaky, but he had her presumably for a lot longer." I love John Carpenter. I love John Carpenter. More also, a big fan of practical effects, which is something that John Carpenter is also a big fan of. So, 10 out of 10. I don't. I'll hang on. I'll explain myself in a moment. Practical effects age way better than any digital effect. I'm sorry, it's just true. We look back at like really old CGI. It's not just bad because it's old, because like every time you get a little bit more, the less real it looks because our eyes used to clocking that, right? And because like even like newer stuff, like in a few, and I'm sorry, in like 10 years, like kids will be like, that looks old. You can tell it doesn't really look real, but practical effects, generally speaking, if they're not puppets, because some puppets, it depends. Practical effects always age better because they can't, it is what it is. When you have like, for example, a fake bullet hole in like um CGI gore, it's always going to look bad, but if you do the practical effects, it's always going to have a good spray. It'll always look like real spray if shit was really sprayed, you know? Um, I've heard good things about it. Honestly, I watched both versions of the It movies, and I know people really like Alexander Skarsgård or whoever the fuck that was. It was that I don't even think that was him. Who knows? Whoever that man was in the modern one, I don't know. Like, Tim Curry is my It. He's my Pennywise. He is just spookier with less, and I don't know how to describe it. Like, yeah, Homeboy has all these prosthetic on and stuff like that, but like, there's something about Tim Curry that is able to deliver it more convincingly to me. Well, you know what? I will say this: a raid. Oh my god! Thank you. Well, what song were you singing in karaoke? Now I gotta know. Now I gotta know. I gotta know. Outdated CGI does have it. I actually kind of agree. I really like um older spliced movies. Jim Carrey, I can't even do his face. Honestly, didn't it? He's also been replaced allegedly. He's also been replaced allegedly by who? I don't know. I don't know. He looks we did a ton. I did Kyokusen from 86 since 86. Smart, smart. Four Prince of Senate songs because the manga ended. It was a ruse. It makes sense. Prince of Tennis songs because the manga ended. Well, congratulations to all those Prince of Tennis fans. If they enjoy the ending, and if they didn't enjoy the ending, condolences. I know how it feels to end a manga. I swear to God, there's like a weird sort of like we did it chat, but also like a what am I gonna do now? 30 years. It's like one of the whenever I look for because I've always wanted to try out more sports anime. It's always like towards the top. So now that it's ended, I could probably read it. I try not to end. I try not to read things that are I didn't realize it was still running. I try not to read things that aren't mostly finished or like assumingly going to be finished. The finale marks the end of the entire Prince Tennis saga, which began in 1999. Well, you did it, chat. One Piece tier. That's something I'll catch a lot of flack for. I ain't reading that shit. I ain't watching that shit. Remy. Um, we're just having a fun time, which you knew. You knew. We were already chilling. Sorry, I need to take another sip off of this dingle boy. Um, I'm thinking about dinner too, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I know we are gonna have these Cuban inspired meal, and I'm really excited. Cause I'm gonna be real, this is me being honest. Ranking of cuisines. I've had Cuban before. It's high up there. It's Cuban food really good. I like Cuban food. I also really like One Piece is too dang long. And also they reuse story beats. I'm sorry, it's true. And it's just not for me. I also maybe I can just think the design is ugly. Maybe I can just say it's ugly and move on. And when people are like, that's not a valid reason, pause. It's animation. It's definitely a valid reason. It has to look good because isn't weren't people mad when shit looks like poop from a butt? I feel like the Jehovah's Witnesses of anime, One Piece fans, are a little jaded about the art style. They're used to that. But when an average person who has not been indoctrinated, it does look like poop from a butt. I have to be honest. It looks like butt cheeks. Not a fan. And it's also like because I can't tell these characters fucking apart half the time. There's a weekly anime for 20. They need to rush things. T. T. Honestly, it's not coming to the US. I think till to September. But I really want to see the Chikawa movie. Oh, Chikawa. I'm really excited for the Chikawa movie. I'm hoping a theater by me plays it. Though we tend to have good luck. We actually ended up having an advanced screening. It wasn't as advanced as the people in like Chicago or LA, but still like A little like only a couple days different from when they released it near us, and I got invited to the premiere for that. And the Reze movie was phenomenal. So is all I gotta say about that. And that was a really, really cool so I got to see it Japanese, and then I with friends and stuff I went and saw it like when it actually came out. But I'm also excited for the Chikawa movie. I like those little shits. I'm usually not one that gets easily bamboozled into liking just cute things because they're cute. But they have so much, there's so much lore in Chikawa. There's so much lore. And it's just like, I like these little shits. I like these little shits. And you get ready for bed. Thank you for the stream. You have a great night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If you have bed bugs. If not, like, hopefully you get rid of them. Best cuisine? Chicago. I'm crying. I do think it's coming out in September in the States though, so I'm gonna try to see it and I'll let y'all know. I heard like people in Japan loved it. Um, but they were like, it's more depressing than they thought it would be. And I was like, well, Chico's lore can kind of be real sad sometimes. Like the whole thing with Momonga is really sad. Um, but best cuisine, ooh, that's hard. That's hard. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. I've always been a fan of Mexican food, and more authentic, the better, in my opinion, because I feel the spice profile is better. I also really, really like Lebanese food a lot. Um, it's just really, really good. I really love Lebanese, and mm, I feel like saying Korean is cheating, but Korean food is really good. But I think I'll go with Vietnamese food, probably the most. I think those are my top. Those are my top. And is there any other that I like a lot of Chinese food too? I cannot lie. Korean is just also really, really good. But I would have to say I like Mexican food a lot. And ooh, but I also like really like okay. Like around the Bahamas. A lot of dishes from there. Oh, and there's this really like okay, best food I've ever had at a restaurant though. There's an Ethiopian restaurant. I'm not gonna like it's family owned. Like they have really limited hours, but it's family owned. Some of the best food I've ever had in my fucking life. And specifically, there's this tea they served. And I don't order really drinks at a restaurant. Like if I'm ordering alcohol or something, sure, but I'm not gonna order like a pop or anything like that or anything. But they said the tea. If I was like, I was like thinking about it, and they're like, you won't regret it. And I said, bet. And you know what? I didn't regret it. It was fucking amazing. I dream about that tea. Now I gotta. No, honestly, if you go to an Ethiopian restaurant, get the tea. Get the tea. But I like when they serve it where it's on that big piece of bread, and then they put all the toppings, like and all the different, I guess all the different types of main dishes. Get like one of those sampler platters on that bread, like the fufu bread. It is so fucking good, and you could just peel it up. I forgot I sang a song to wish a happy birthday to an iconic anime cover. Happy birthday, Hamtaro, my diva. Oh my god, happy birthday, Hamtaro. Oh my god, there's this one, sorry, girl in my elementary school. Shout out, I was gonna say her first and last name. I'm not gonna do that. Shout out Erica and Angela. I was gonna accidentally say your last names because I remember them. They would watch Hamtaro all the time. And they were some of the sweetest little girls ever. And I hope they're doing well. They're not going to see this, but if they did, they're sweet people, and I'm happy for everything that they are given in life. African food is top tier. Mm. Actually, one of my favorite fucking meals, and it's really easy to make, is jollof. Jollof is so good. It really is that bitch. It's that simple, easy recipe, and it's really good. There's also this tofu dish that I eat. And it's really good. I don't know what it's actually called, or I'll butcher the name. Next time I'll remember it so I can sorry, wait here. So I can shed it, and it's also really, really simple. But that one I believe is that one's definitely East Asian, but I will say jollof. If you get a chance to eat jollof rice or make it, honestly, it's pretty easy to make. It's pretty easy to make. It's really approachable because it's like a staple food, like a staple dish. It's like, but I'm telling you, it's so good and it's spicy if you like spicy food. If you don't like spicy, I feel like you can tone it down by how much habanero and how much peppers and spice you add. But God, it's so good. And you don't really need a lot. It's delicious. And mix that shit in with brown rice. Another rag down, boys. Another rag down. We'll see if this one can look like a cat too. This one's not serving cat. Oh, it kind of looks like a grasshopper. Or a bunny! It looks more like a bunny. Let me fix the fucking its ear. That one's serving bunny. There we go. Bunny. Um, I think it's time for a sip. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. My mom, well, I guess Rami in this case, my mom talked about FaceTiming me. I don't have an iPhone, but there's still video call features. But oh, also speaking of Chicoa, oh, I can't really show you. It's connected to my phone. That one, Alex, I'm not really good at saying that. If you're on YouTube, I don't know how to pronounce that. Basot Kachua, but it's a delicious tomato dish, and it's very tasty and very simple. Very simple. We obviously do probably more of a simplified version, but like anything, you can kind of zhuzh it up and zhuzh it down. Um, but I have a cat and a bunny. Yes, yes, I do. Um, but yeah. So in this case, Rami, she told me she was like, we'll FaceTime you tomorrow," and I was like, "Girl, you are not FaceTiming me." No, it's merely inspired by it. I agree. Um, I was like, "Girl, you can't. If you FaceTime me, what are you gonna see? This?" I'm sure you'll be proud, Rami. But instead, we're FaceTiming because you're my mom. Number one Prince fan, Rami, aka my mother. Oh my god, I'm so pruny. I also didn't make it as hot this time because I like was sweating yesterday, and now I'm regretting it. But I don't want to add more hot water because the only caveat with this tub, it's hot as hell. Or I'm sorry, loud as hell. It's loud as hell. Phonetic is pretty close. I tried. I'm pretty good at reading some phonetic alphabets. Speaking of which, I kind of want to learn a language, but I don't know what yet. There's certain I don't know, I like language acquisition even if I don't get to fluency. I like to know some. I've always really liked that. It was like one of my favorite parts of school is trying different languages and stuff, and I kind of want to get into that. I did originally go for my minor in Spanish, but they cut my program, so I do know quite a bit of Spanish. I can read really well. My speaking, I'm very slow, but I can read pretty well. I caramba, indeed. They axed my program. Well, also one of my favorite films ever is in Spanish, so I kind of have to know it. Obviously, I could watch with subtitles, I guess. So it's not really a good example, but Pan's Labyrinth is my one of my absolute favorite movies. One day I want to learn all the romance languages. How many do you know? I'll listen, I want to learn some languages just in general. Um it is I love Pan's Labyrinth. It was always my favorite since I was really young. Though I will say the opening scene with the baton freaked me out when a little bit when I was a kid. Well, a lot of it. It's kind of gross when I was a kid. So like that, I'll still kind of like wince and like close my eyes a little bit, but the rest of it I adore. Zero. I know. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna learn French. No hard feelings, but I don't think I'm gonna learn French. I don't know what language though. I kind of want to learn something phonetically different. I'm actually interested in quite a few Eastern European languages, so that could be an option. Yeah, it's a little like I don't want to say it's like more like I guess like I don't know how to describe it. It's like otherworldly. Yeah, magical fantasy. It's kind of like I really like it, and also the makeup and costume design. The makeup and costume design. I know a little Spanish. Oh, I see. Un poco. Un poco is usually what I say because I just a little. It's because I can't keep up in conversation. I can read it really well, but I'm not good at keeping up in conversation. Some languages people speak, well, everyone always speaks faster than you anticipate. And as a person who has been told before, that I do speak kind of quickly, I do try to slow down. Um, but I've been given that feedback before. So I get it. It's like when you talk to people, like you never know how fast there is, and it's hard to communicate at a slower rate than the flow of conversation because it's always going to be a little stilted. So it's kind of hard. But I just want to learn another language. I've been itching. I just don't know what. I don't know what. I'm kind of interested in something with a different alphabet right now. I don't know why. I feel like making it difficult because I like to make things difficult for myself. I like a challenge. That's the word. I like a challenge. Sorry, my hiccup wouldn't come out. It's evil. Cyrillic time. It uses the same alphabet as English, but I do know a little bit of Polish. Learn Russian, why not? Actually, that'd be kind of fun. Um, my I know a little bit of Polish, a little bit. That's a very hard language though, and not a lot of speaking practice options. Um, but the Arabic would also be really cool. I'd be down with that. I just came kind of down. Sorry, I'm a little sleepy. Um, I'm kind of down with hides my feelings in Russian. Stop. You know how I feel about that fuck ass anime. Oh my god. Mm. There's certain languages I just really like the sound of. I'm gonna stop. I'll just go full. I'm full tilt. I'll learn Mandarin. That would be difficult. That would be difficult. I want to fucking cry. Finnish would be crazy. Oh, I'll go with like Danish, so it could be kind of I'll do Danish. So like it's like they have a lot of words that sound like English, but just says a little differently. Which obviously for us, English sounds similar, just sounds a little different, right? But the ones that gets me is the word apple is like able. This shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. You'll be able to go to Moonland the way that way, but they written in Swedish. Hang on, to making me do research when I'm drinking. This is crazy. Oh my god, I have a shortened day of work tomorrow. Aren't we blessed? I don't even know how I got here. Oh, is that the really cute little? Yes. Oh my god. I know now. Okay, cool. I had a feeling. Oh my god, that's so cute. The Danes don't even think their language are real. That is true. I've heard that. They'll be like, this shit is a fake as fucking language. I do like the name of their currency. Kroner kind of eats, I cannot lie. I just started watching Indonesian language lessons the other day, so okay, so we're gonna be on our language learning journey together. I've been itching. There's something I like about learning different languages. And like I can't learn Japanese. That's like such a weeb thing to do. Though, okay, I have reasons where I'll have extended family that is like moving there. So like I do have a reason to, but like I can't do that to myself. I'm already sitting here like this right now. I'm already just sitting here. Danish comedy skit, The Broken Containment is how two Danes fake understanding their own language while talking to each other. Honestly, that's okay. There's also one where there was a really popular webcomic that was like Scandinavia versus the world, or like Scandinavia and the world, or something like that. I don't know anything more than that, but there was specifically like they would like personify different, like kind of like a la Italia or some shit. They would personify it, but it was mostly like Scandinavia. And I remember specifically when they were doing a like a language comparison, they had the Danish person have a mouthful of literal marbles. Hitalia, but English defied. Can I be so real about Hitalia? I never read or watched that shit. I know it's like required weeb reading, but I was not interested. It was not for me. I'm sorry, it just wasn't for me. Sorry, I'm drying everything. Was cute and nice. BPL. I think that's the thing. I like to watch the girls kissing. I was watching more like Urious activities at the time. I just started watching. Oh yeah, I read that. My bad. I'm so sorry, Pimp. I'm so sorry, Pimp. Um, but I used to dead ass. I watched girls kissing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I knew what I was. And if I was gonna watch boy kisser shit, I guess like lightly, I watched Black Butler, but I think I like Black Butler's plot a lot more. But I will say, I cannot say, I try to when I can use the appropriate Japanese name for some of them. Black Butler is not one I can say. I look at the word and it just doesn't compute. Um, like obviously Demon Slayer is Kimetsu no Yaiba or whatever, but like I look at Black Butlers and I can't do it. I don't know why there's a brain block. Let me look at it again. Maybe I'm stupid and dumb. I'm a stupid dumb idiot. Okay. Black Butler. Oh, I should probably should have put Japanese name, huh? Yeah, I should. Japanese name. There we go. Oh my god. Uh oh, actually they broke it up for me. Thank the Lord. Hang on. Thank you, Wikipedia. Kuro Shisuji. That's probably the best I've ever done. It's a hard one. Oh, thank you. Kuro Shitsuji. Black poop sushi. You know what? That's how I'm gonna remember it. But Black Butler, I remember Kimetsu no Yaiba, I remember Jujutsu Kaisen. I know they don't translate that on purpose because it's like sorcerer fight, and it sounds kind of like lame. So some of them they don't do because it sounds worse in English. Shitsuji. She Tsuji, like Shitsuji. I just think of the dogs, Shih Tzus. I know it's not the same, but it helps me. Shih Tzu C. She Shih Tzu G. Shih Tzu G. Thank you. Tough on our English pronunciation. I agree. I agree. There's certain words I try really, really, really hard. Even in English that I struggle pronouncing. So part of that could be just on me, to be honest. Um, I know Sue and Sue sound different, and I can pick that out. And in Polish, there's like four different sounds, and they all sound differently. And I can pick out some of them. I'm not always the best at the Z with the dot on top, which is kind of like a but it's more like a sh. It's like a sh. It's like slightly. It's my ear's not quite accustomed to that one. Um, it is a listen. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna be real. I'm too drunk. I don't know what I don't. I actually probably. Hello, hi. Um, Z. Oh, it's like a Z with a little on top, so it goes sh, s, sh, like a shish. And I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. It's also, I'll make an excuse. It's the contacts. Makes it a little hard to see because my eyes aren't naturally pink. Can you believe it? I know I'm lying. I'm not a natural pink-eyed person. Though, this would be a color I would pick. Top 10, maybe. But if you could choose your eye color, maybe pink. Pink might be in the top 5. I do think it's like fun, but I'd be annoying. I'd be like, "Give me the red eyes. I'm gonna be the red eyes." Or my normal eye color is fine. But what if I have heterochromia, one glowing eye, cursed eye? I should not have drank and read that at the same time. You know what? I did not know that Ed Harris got pink eye recording Abyss by James Cameron. What in the hell? He was a good friend. I've heard James Cameron low key, like, he produces very visually stunning films, but he's kind of a nightmare because, like, he, like, randomly would fire off a loaded gun on the set to make sure people were on edge. I'm like, hear me out. I don't think we need to do that. But I don't think it was ever that serious. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it was ever that serious. By a diving scene, same eye. I'm gonna have a cursed eye. Actually, I found out one thing that was bothering my eye. I have this one brown contact, and it had this slight little slit, but the way it was like slightly still hanging on, it wasn't fully through. It was scratching my eye and hurting it. And I didn't even know. It was just not because it wasn't fully perforated all through. Chuny phase. I'm gonna be a Chuny. That's gonna be my next. Though I love Chuny characters, they're some of my favorites. Didn't someone die getting injured because they fired a gun on someone? That was the one with Alec Baldwin. What was that called? Something Rust? No. What was it called? Yeah, he killed the PA assistant. Like one of the camera women. He shot her like he held the barrel. Shinobi anime was nice both seasons. Yeah, that's true. I also think one of my favorite characters, not to bring this to Danganronpa. We're not going to do this every time. I swear to God. Danganronpa, we tread lightly. Um, Gundam is my favorite character. He is the best, and he's a Chuny. I love Chuny characters, like Kaido from Psyche K, one of my favorite Chuny characters too. He's really cool. If we're talking Genshin, I do like Fischl. What was that called? It's like Rust. What was it called? Alec Baldwin. Yeah, we'll just do that movie. It was called Rust. There was a live round and a prop gun. Well, he was also the producer, so like that's what made it more complicated. Because like otherwise, it's cut and dry. That would be like a props, insurance, and producer thing. But he was also the actor and producer. That's what made it more complicated. Yeah, like it made it a little bit more hard. So I don't. Do they ever like have that trial, or I'm assuming that takes a long time. I don't know. Let me see. Before I speak on something I don't understand. Let's do. Um, it looks like it's still ongoing. Okay, I will speak on nothing. It is still ongoing. I will speak on nothing. But I do know the reason why it's more complicated than if it was just a random actor is because he's also the producer and like stuff like that as well. So it makes it a little bit more complicated because it's the whole like ooh, ouchie. The whole okay, I don't do guns. So I don't shoot guns, but I have friends who do guns. Um I have friends who are really into guns. And like from my understanding, even if it's a prop gun, you should always act as if it's loaded because even prop guns are not supposed to be aimed at people because just because it's firing blanks doesn't mean someone can't get hurt because it still is like little explosions or something like that. So you should never supposed to be pointing at a person even if it is. So I do know that's like part of it as well. Um but I don't do guns, but that doesn't mean listen. I'm friends with shooters. What can I say? No, I'm friends with some gun enthusiasts. So yeah, Jet Li's son. It's also really sad because like it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a profession typically that's like one of the safest things you can imagine, like just being an actor. Like I understand doing your own stunts. There's always some kind of risk. Bruce Lee, what did I say? Jet Li. I'm fucking gonna stop. Put me down. This is crazy. I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, um, Jet Li. My bad. No, Bruce Lee. My bad. Um, um, but like for the most part, it's not like the worst gig. So it's like great. Like obviously, there's a lot of jobs that are dangerous that you're signing up for to be dangerous. No, that's not the truth. Do not put that out there. Do not put that out there. Please, I beg. It's not true. Because I can visualize them perfectly. I can visualize them perfectly. I'm almost done with my drinking, guys. Wait, wait. I have the power in this. Boo them! Boo them for speaking ill of me. I'm silly. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. But um but you know a movie controversial because not everyone likes it, but it reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because there's a stuntman character in it. I did not watch the one with Ryan Gosling that was about a stuntman yet. I do know that's kind of recent, but I do fuck with the idea of a movie with a stuntman character. I do fuck. Oh, ooh. The syrup at the end of that was not good. Sorry, water bottle cameo. It was okay, but not great. I hadn't seen it. I actually haven't seen a lot of movies with Ryan Gosling, and I know people really like him. No shade. We'll see how it goes for real. No shade, but personally, I just haven't seen a lot with him in it. It's not like I'm saying he's underqualified or anything like that. I'm always just like I haven't seen a lot with him in it. He seems like a charismatic, cool guy, but I just haven't seen a lot with him in it. So that's on me. There's certain actors I just haven't seen many of their films. One of my favorite films, if you can believe. I really like the movie. It has nothing to do with nothing. I'm sorry. This is a non sequitur. This is just me putting out something in the world that I enjoy. Nightcrawler is one of my favorite movies. That movie is so fucking good. Lars and Real Girl. Hang on, let me write that down. Let me write that down. Hang on, actually, I'm going to write that down. Because I want to watch more of his films. I do. I just haven't seen it. Okay, cool. Nightcrawler is one of my favorite fucking movies. It's one of the few movies that when I watched it, I was like, I can watch that again. But like not in a way like you know like there's some movies that are really good but you need a minute. It's like obviously I want to like digest what I watched, but it's like one of those few movies I crave to watch again. Like it's just a good movie. I also I have a few of those movies I really hyperfixate on type thing. This one's kind of just too wet. This one's better. Random list of movies. If you were to if you were to pick a movie, if you had to recommend just one movie to someone, what would it be? What would it be? What would it be? For me, I couldn't narrow it down to just one. I'm very bad at shit like that. But a couple movies I really like is oh fuck, Nightcrawler. That's required watching. For me. Uh, Bug's Life. I make too many Bug's Life references for it to go unnoticed. I really, really like Bug's Life. I found out the ant bully, as it should have been, was the ending of Jimmy Neutron the other day. It's because it was the same studio and they fucking went bankrupt after the ant bully because the ant bully didn't do good. Well, maybe if you don't make your main character unlikable, then this wouldn't have been a problem. Unexpected fact is correct. But yeah, they went the I'm Paul guys went bankrupt after ant bully. That's what they get. They should have known they shouldn't fuck with Flick and his fam. He defeated the grasshoppers, he'll defeat an animation studio. Um what's another really like oh, I love the movie Creep. It's one of my favorite movies. I do like Fairy Godparent, Fairy God, Fairly Godparents, Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents. I like them a lot too. Good Burger? Can I be so real? I fuck with the Good Burger movie too. Okay, so for context, my siblings are like quite a bit older than me. The smallest gap between me and my siblings is like just is about is 10 years about. I think it's over 10 years maybe. Hang on, let me marinate. Either way, it's about 10 years. We're born in two different times of the year. 10 years, right? So I got peak shit sometimes because my siblings were into it. Like my brother was like a fucking he would break dance. And like cuz he's like fucking like almost 20 years older than me. Is that crazy? I think my brother is almost 20 years older than me, so it was just like so like I got like really like cool bits of culture and stuff like that cuz I'm okay, whatever. I'm the same age as like his kids. Okay. Pause. My parents didn't know. I think there was a certain stigma you couldn't have like kids if you were after a certain age, but clearly they could because I'm born. I'm here, so you can have kids after a certain age. So they already had like a bunch of kids who were older, and then they had my I have one sister that's like was still a kid, and then one sister that was still like a teenager when I was born, like 17, and those are like the closest I am in age to any of my siblings. So low key, I kind of got some like crossover. So like some of their favorite things I got to enjoy, which was really awesome in hindsight. So Good Burger, excellent because my sister was obsessed with all that and things that were made around it. And specifically, she really liked Keenan and Kel when that was a show. And she loved Good Burger. So sorry to get to there, but Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? We got there, folks. It took a minute, but we got there. And we got there. Um okay, so other movies. I know I said Bugs Life, but okay, don't shade me for this because it's inferior. Require watching. I agree. Good Burger is really funny. Also, I just like Keenan and Kel's shtick. Even like I watched some like skits um from back in the day, and I kind of fuck with it still. Drop the screw in the tuna. That's all I gotta say. Um, Anywho, another one inferior to Bug's Life in certain ways, but I do think is still goated. I really like Ants as well. I have to be honest. I know not everyone does. If you watch it now when you're older, it's better than watching it as a kid because I don't know how children are the target. I loved it as a kid, but I think it was just he does have there's so many fucking random people. What's his face? Sylvester Stallone is in that movie. Jennifer Lopez is in that movie. Everyone and their mama is in that movie. Um, because I don't know what it was. I liked it as a kid. It was not for my demographics though. Christopher Walken's that movie. I just remember that too. Christopher Walken, Sharon Stone. There's so many fucking random people in that movie. But I'm gonna be real. So it's not like the best kids film. I don't know who they were trying to court with the audience, but is it a good movie? Maybe. I just like it. When I was a kid, it was like one required watching. I also really like James and the Giant Peach. That was another required watching of mine. I watched it recently. James and the Giant Peach still hits for me. My name is James. Though a weird thing was when I saw Wolf of Wall Street and I saw Aunt Spiker from fucking James and the Giant Peach in Wolf of Wall Street, I said, ain't no fucking way. Aunt Spiker is here. She's like Margot Robbie's character, I forgot her name. Great Aunt Emma in that film. Um can you believe the first time I saw Wolf of Wall Street was with my parents? The only description was corruption on Wall Street. So many might say, this is boring. This might be a little lame. And yet, and the movie goes on, and you're getting head in the car. And I said, now, we did not check what made this movie the rating it was. My mom, though, had some pudding shots, so she was chilling. Put me in Nacho Libre, Princess Mononoke, Spy. Spy Kids! Okay, so in Spy Kids 3D Game Over, there's this one scene where the grandpa goes, Junie, Junie. And I never forget it. I don't know what it is. The way he says Junie's name. Another one was Sylvester Stallone. I don't know what it is. Junie, Junie. But you know what I'm talking about. He says it just like that. He was the villain. He was the toy maker. The toy maker. He was a toy maker. He was the villain of Spy Kids 3D. Also, Alan Cummings was the villain, fake out villain of the first one, and Steve Buscemi is the fake out villain of the second one. Because they're all like kind of this Icarus formula, except for Floop. Floop. Okay, can I be real? The Spy Kids movies are kind of fucking iconic. They're really like. Do I think they're? I don't know if they're even like super great movies, but I remember them so vividly. They're kind of just fucking iconic. It's the when they play the tape backwards and they do that fucking what was it? We're talking about the Beatles again. The Paul McCartney, Paul is dead bullshit, but it's like Floop is a man, help us, save us. And it's like it literally was a ploy because Floop wasn't even the problem. Oh my god, Floop did nothing wrong. Floop did nothing wrong. Free my man Floop. Uh, Actually, I was kind of an Alan Cummings stan when I was in high school, and there was this movie. I don't know when it was actually made, or was it middle school? Hang on, I still kind of am an Alan Cummings stan. He's kind of goated. Hang on, when was? Let me look it up. Was that on Sci-Fi? Tin Man, that's what it was called, miniseries. Okay, 2007. Okay, I guess I watched it later. I guess I didn't know when it came out. It was with Zoe Deschanel back in the day. It was a mini series. I guess it was three. It was 3 episodes. I remember it being 3 episodes. I didn't remember when it came out. I think it might have probably been a rerun. I'm not gonna lie. Called Tin Man, and it was like a sci-fi-ification of Wizard of Oz. And Alan Cummings plays a scarecrow in it, and it's pretty good. I listen. If you watch it and you said this is poop from a butt, it probably is. I don't remember it very well, but I remember Alan Cummings slaying as the scarecrow. That's all that I needed. Bro, And also Nacho Libre is really fun. I think that's a fun movie. One of my favorite, I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan unilaterally. I think he has his moments and he has his places, but I think like people oversaturated him recently. It's like people fell in love with him again, like how people like kind of fell in love with Jim Carrey, and then they just put him everywhere. So like I feel like they kind of burn out with him a little bit. But I do love him in School of Rock. I think he's phenomenal in School of Rock with little mini Miranda Cosgrove. And it's just like, and I don't even know if like it's because he's been taking a lot of roles, which listen, I'll never if an actor needs to take a bunch of roles because they need like they need like to get roles and stuff like that to stay relevant to have like retirement. I don't want to sound like I'm being a dickhead about that. Absolutely do what you need to do. But if he's being overcast to capitalize on stuff, it does kind of suck because he's a little oversaturated, which I feel like he works in certain roles really well. But like past that, it's a little too much. It's a little too much for me, just a bit. I like him in Kung Fu Panda. It's kind of like how I feel about like Will Ferrell or Jim Carrey or any of the people. I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan. I'm gonna be honest, but I feel like with any of them, it's like if they're overdone, like if comedic actors are overdone. Sorry, I'm cracking my back. Are overdone, and then it's like it's always too much. But if they're just right, then they're kind of iconic. It's a good balance. Like for example, I think Owen Wilson is used really well in small doses. Like I'll be like, oh, Owen Wilson is in this. He hasn't been oversaturated yet. Super Mario revamped him up into bigger roles in expensive movies. I agree. I think it was a good selection for Bowser, but that doesn't mean necessarily he needs to be in everything. He was great as Poe in Kung Fu Panda. I liked him in that as well. So I can't say. I do also think like Will Ferrell, his movies I don't love, but I love him in the Lego movie and I love him in a couple other things, like bit parts. Otherwise he's just too much. He's too much. He's just his comedy's a little bit too yelling for me. It's just like yelling to be funny or adult toddler to be funny and it's a little too much for me. Um The Brandy Cinderella movie went platinum in my house. The Brandy Cinderella movie? Say less, she's my Cinderella. That movie is so fucking good. Triple platinum. Rammy. Yes. And also, I think some, they get typecasted. I feel like some of them can really do, more serious roles too. I've seen like for example, I've seen Will Ferrell do a more serious role and I don't think his acting was not convincing. I thought his acting was good. Um I've seen Adam Sandler do some serious roles and honestly, it was really good. It's just like when they kind of I think they get burnt out on like comedy actors and they only cast a few. That's why when people like obviously or who are kind of sick of Kevin Hart, it's like, well, they're kind of just doing the thing where they're shoving him in every movie right now. That's kind of unfortunately the life cycle of a comic, which sucks because I wish they had more like consistent because I feel like it'd be better for their career in the long term and I think it'd be better for movies in the long run. But we all know it's about making money, not making funny, unfortunately. They don't care about making the funnies as long as they're making the monies. It is what it is. It is what it is. It sucks, but what can I do about it? I do like that I've noticed there's a trend a little bit, like kind of like in gaming. Like AAA games are now competing mostly with like random indie studios, which indie studios aren't perfect. They capitalize on stuff too. So I'm not pretending that like they're goaded in any way. But like um it gives it gives like a little pressure because I've noticed there's been a lot more breakout indie stuff that's been doing like really well and it's like put the pressure because we used to get much more high quality stuff. And I feel like people can say people feel that way in every generation. I feel like we are getting shafted. I feel like people think we can do the bare minimum and people will just buy it. And I think we're at like this weird turning point where people are just not just going to buy it. And they're like, movie theaters are dying. It's like, no, because people turned out for movies like that have been made by smaller, like, honestly, not to like sit there and like, I'm a big egghead. I do like the Eggers films. They get people in theaters. All right. The Obsession got people in theaters. There's tons of movies. The Everything All Everywhere All at Once. That got people in theaters. People will go to theaters if you put stuff in theaters. Ooh, let's move this out the way. If you put stuff in theaters that people want to see, people don't want to go to theaters for shit they can just watch at home that isn't worth their time. And obviously, like, it is more convenient to watch things at home. I'm not saying that some people aren't permanently making that choice, but truly, theaters die because you stop putting good shit in it. And then they still have the same expensive ass prices. Prices have only gone up on theaters, and then and then I go to a movie that I want to walk out of. No, 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 no. Sorry, that's it. Sorry, I love movies. Listen, I like exclusively like love to watch movies. Listen, eh, I love movies. I love books. And I love reading, watching, doing all that stuff. I love all of that. And then it just like I am like the prime consumer of someone who will watch pretty much anything. And if you can't get me to go in there because I know it's going to be a waste of my time and money, I'm not going. If you put good shit in theaters, people will go. Love art, hate the industry. I'm the same way. And I feel like they get lazy and they're like, oh, this will sell. But then they'll like do shit and they'll be like, it's not selling like it used to. I wonder why. Oh, my one light went out. No pink light. I forgot to charge it. Sorry, y'all. No more pink light. So I'm just gonna be the same color as the background. Instagram likes me more when it comes to the coloration of the videos. I don't. I wear a lot of sunblock though. That's on me. I'm like terrified of getting skin cancer. Sue me. And I'm like naturally a little bit more like cool tone. So when I it was so funny. I was up at the dunes and a friend of mine asked me, it's like, oh, what color tights do you use? Because it's hard to find cooler tone tights. And I said and I said I use opaque or no some I not opaque. I use semi no no I use translucent gray to match my Squidward skin. That is the exact wording I used. Actually, I never told the story. I don't think he's in here. Well, two, if you're in here, I'm sorry. I love you. But two, um, me and a dear friend, we were up at the dunes, and two friends joined us. For context, me and this dear friend is like are about the same size, roughly in dimension. We're about the same height and stuff like that. And our other friends are like probably like 5'4". They're not like super tall by any means. They're not super tall. And there's in their hotel, there's a full and a queen bed. And he goes over to our two friends that are like 5'4" and says, you two can have this bed. The big ones can take the other one. And I'm just like, this is a big bitch bed now. We're gonna call this the big bitch bed. It was so fucking funny. And honestly, I live, I live in the big bitch bed. The big ones can take the other bed. You guys can have this bed. The big ones get the other. It's so fucking funny. I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of my life. Sorry, my face was a little itchy. Gamers, I regret to inform you, it is 11 o'clock. Oh, You are so cool. Thank you for hanging out and thank you for the tip. And I will fix that in future when I do bathtub streams. I don't always do bathtub streams. I'm gonna do cooking one next Tuesday. So if you like to cook, and actually you're ending at a good time because I'm about to say goodbye to everyone because I do 9 to 11. Um, fucking- I'm gonna cry. Y'all have a great night. I'm very hungry, so I'm probably gonna end the live right at 11. And I started early today. I'm never on time, let alone early. So guess what? This is a W. W. So I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you next Tuesday, as one will and will aft to do. I'll see you then, and we should be cooking. And I'm really excited. And I had a great night tonight, and I hope you guys did too. Remember, always wipe front to back and get plenty